and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video. Hey guys, how you doing? It's me as usual, and you know, I gotta tell you, I was looking on the internet, I see on this this ancient mystery thing on Facebook that they got this photo, and so we're looking at it now in greater detail, and basically it is melt. The stone has melted. It's like part of a sheer wall has just come right off, and it's just collapsed here. What is going on? I think it's a slow, gradual melt, but we see this same recipe, this same melt. In Egypt, we see the same thing. For instance, do you recall the steps? We see the melt. The melt happened there. And do you recall also the Memnon Colossi? We see the melt happening right there as well. That one's melted. That one's restored by Zenobia in the style of that mountain in southern Turkey with the chest set on top. It's done the same way. So we're seeing, and this is New Kingdom era. So I think we can say there is some kind of New Kingdom era technology going on. Now what's happened? I think the face of these stones has sheared off. It's just come right off and it's melted. The facade. So what happens is, I think there's the underlying rock. I want you to compare these pictures. Here is the underlying rock, which, remember this old video, that has just sheared away, and this is sort of what we're looking at here. It's like it's all sheared away. It's like this whole face of wall was done at one time, and boom, it's just come off for some reason. It's just melted off, but I think it's happened slowly. No, so we see this big, huge blob here, as if it's been heated or something, and as if it's just solidified. It's collected there and it's solidified or something, or the dust has come out and it's solidified. What is going on there? But I think it is the facade that's come off, and we are looking at what the wall actually looks like underneath. Here we see something very interesting that reminds me of this picture here from an earlier video, where we apparently see stones carved out of the melt. It's as if the melt was liquid and the stone was taken out of it when it was liquid. So they thought, oh, we'll take advantage of this. This is our heap of molten cement. We're going to take a stone out of it. That's what happened here. They've taken a stone, they've lifted a stone right out of it. It must not have been a very good quality stone. It's all cracked up. What's going on there? These are mysteries we cannot explain, guys. I do not know the answer to these mysteries. But let's continue to look at the picture in order to decipher what's going on, because this is just so fascinating. I'm just so fascinated by this. So, I mean, we can look at this here. So we have stones. You know what? They built stones around this. So this was here when that was built. Do you see that? That was built because of that. They wouldn't build this normally. So this melt happened, it might have interrupted the wall. It might have happened later. It's so hard to see the chronology of events, but this picture can actually tell us so much. I saw this picture and I thought, I need to make a video. Now, let's say, for example, it might have happened slowly. Could it have happened slowly? Now, I look at Roman glass. Have you noticed in museums that Roman glass, it's always sagging, it's always a bit off, it's always a bit funny. It doesn't look like our glass because it doesn't even look like our hand-blown glass, because our hand-blown glass is never as bad as this. And one of the reasons this is bad is it's just been sagging away. It's been under pressure, it's been sagging away for thousands of years, and so it is never, ever going to be symmetrical. And you can buy these for like $1,000, but God knows if they're real. Like you'll never be able to know if you're buying a real one or not. But this is 4th century apparently, imperial period. This was the style. They like these squiggly lines. This evolved into Venetian glass, by the way. The Venetians kept this blue glass sort of style. But this is just so interesting. So is the stone a super cool fluid like glass? Is that what it is? Is it a fluid that has flowed slowly? I think the facade has come off. This is the second smoking gun, just like here, showing that this was a facade which was plastered over. Here, another smoking gun, a facade that was plastered over, and it's melted off. And not only has it melted off, that was on there, and then But then was this wall built? And then this was built around this by later people to fix it? It was done pretty well. That's not a bad job. It looks kind of tacky, but guys, I am just so confused. I am so confused about what's going on here. And why would they have taken a stone out of here? Why? Why? It's such poor quality stone. Were they practicing? What were they doing? It's Eric von Daniken. He went up here to the top of, this is Sacsayhuaman, I believe, and he went up to the top of Sacsayhuaman, and he wrote in many of his books, such as this one, that you go up there and it's all melted, all the stones are melted away, and it's all weird, it's all wacky, and it's all crazy. I mean, what's going on? Now, so I don't know if this was a poor mix or something. I'm assuming it was a poor mix, and that's why it melted slowly over time. Like, that must have been a poor mix, right? Also, we know I believe it's a mix. I really do believe it's a mix. Now, this is supposedly andesite, very hard rocks, etc., etc. Now, based on the work of Davidovits, who invented this whole geopolymer thing, what's the air bubbles doing there? What's the air bubbles doing there? Are those air bubbles or chisel marks or what? It looks like there's bubbles all over the place. So this is from some kind of mix. And it was in a mold or something, and it wasn't necessarily mixed very well. And this is, I believe, what happened here at Memnon. Do you see the pattern of the stone? It's also similar. It's all just cracked up. Look, the face has been obliterated. We assume it's all just fallen off the statue, and it would have been lying around here. The thing is, these were moved around and where they used to be, and all this, and people picked up stones and, you know, souvenirs and stuff. But this sort of mix here is exactly what you're getting here, and it's exactly also what you were getting in Cuzco. I wish Brian Forster, next time he's in Cuzco, why doesn't he find this? One of the viewers of the channel, he said he was going to find this. Please chime in if you're listening and tell me if you found it on the comments. You know, that would be amazing. And if you've analysed this, and have a look also at the cross-section. Like, look, green on the outside, red on the inside. What's going on here? I'd love to know more. There's a line there. You see that line there? There's a line there. That's where the facade starts. You see what I mean? So I believe this is a facade which has fallen away. Then they kept building. It just melted off. For some reason, they left it as it was and they built around it. Guys, this is absolutely crazy. It's like a volcano exploded and left this lava here almost, and they incorporate it into the structure. But it's acting like lava. Guys, I do not know what is going on here. At a loss for words. Leave your comments below. And you know what, guys? I've spotted more stuff. Just looking at it again, there is no longer any doubt about any of this. I think I've solved it. I think I've solved what's happening here. Look here. Do you see this, guys? Do you see these? Do you see these? The facade has come away. It is as simple as that. The facade has just popped off. It's left us. It's vanished. It's disappeared. Look, there's nothing there. And you see how narrow that facade is. You see how narrow it is. It's almost, it's a few centimeters deep. Underneath, it's a sort of orange colour. The same thing there. This is quite remarkable in my opinion. And now I think I solved it. Now, do you see these shapes here? These are the shapes of the stones in this particular section that seems to have melted away. I think these stones might have actually been up here. These were actually there, and the whole thing is melted. So here the mix was very bad. Here it was not so bad. Here it was a little bit better, but still bad. And it's just sunk down there. And because it's sunk down, the weight has popped out the facade of these stones here. The geopolymer facade has just popped out. And now we can start to explain what's going on here, because now you see that indentation there must have been one of these. And you can see the whole wall was built in sections. So that's one section there. That's another section there. Like there's even a line. Look, there's a line going through that rock, even though it's that and that is the same rock. But it's like two different mixes. It's like they've added to this rock here. There is so much smoking gun in this picture. I don't know where to begin. This is incredible. I mean, even here, even the way the steps are made, like this side of the steps, they're all the same, a different rock to this side of the steps. That was done in a section as well. I mean, how much evidence do we need? And do you see there's vague outlines here, vague shapes. These must have been the facades all glued together, have all glooped down over time, because the mix was just not good enough here. It wasn't as good as in other places. And here, why is it yellow? Is that moss, or is that even a bit of sulfur, fool's gold? Now, wasn't there a theory, some guy a few years ago, I'll make a video on this, but he came up with a theory on the sulfur being, the sulfuric acid was being used to melt the stones. Well, look, there's something here looking like suspicious to me, a bit like fool's gold. Even just the color of some of these stones, it looks a bit like fool's gold to me. Some sulfur has been used here or something, or some sulfuric acid or something. Guys, when you really look at these pictures, there's so much evidence here that just the weight of this melt has popped off those stones. So based on that alone, I think we can say the wall was not built around this. The wall just has melted, the same as in Egypt. Guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video, because this picture here has just revealed so damn much to me, and I hope you agree that you can see quite clearly the geopolymer is only a facade over existing rock. This is the second smoking gun in our series. Yes! Now, do you know what? I've written a couple books. One of them is probably the best ancient astronauts, one of the best ancient astronauts books ever written. It's called Confessions of the Gods. Check it out, Kindle or paperback on Amazon. And also a pyramids book. The pyramids book is basically, well, it's 137 photos of sites you can visit in Europe, which are prototypes of pyramids. That's an amazing book. It's much deeper reading than the other book, Confessions, but check them out on Kindle and paperback. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, and also hit me up on Patreon. Cheers. Bye-bye.